Alright, so today is June 28th, Friday, June 28th, 2019, and it's the evening, and I ran around like a chicken with his head cut off trying to get some stuff done, finish up with this class, tried to see if I could get a jump start on next week, and the lady was like, no. In fact, because I even asked, she seemed to be irritated by the fact that I asked. Talking about you have to talk to your worker. I said, I have not met my worker yet. There is nothing that I've been doing this since I've been coming up here that had anything to do with my worker, my caseworker. I told you, see, people validate that they have a job. And if their job is to do nothing more than tell you, I'm not your worker, then they've done their job. Okay, so where am I at now? I'm tired. I managed to find a way to pay the rent for one more week. The first guy was like, no, nothing you have is worth it. So then I went across the street, and the funny thing is, I started turning near when I saw the place. I said, oh, maybe I need to go there, but then I didn't go there. I went to the one that I had been researching online. And, because I mean, they had good reviews and stuff. They had some people talk some shit about them, but they had good reviews. Because basically all I did was pawn some shit. I pawned my PC and stuff. He said, no, it ain't worth anything. I mean, what he wanted to give me, I mean, they weren't going to pay my rent. I was like, this is fucked up. And I started to leave. I was just, I desponded. I sent a text off to my friend. I said, this is really fucked up. I said, I don't think I'm going to have this money for these people. And stuff, my father had sent me a vision last night, or this morning, saying everything was going to be okay. So I went across the street. This other place, the one I almost turned into, and that guy, he said, oh, I thought you were a return visitor. I said, no, I've never been there before. He said, oh, okay, and stuff, but he was there by himself, and he was, handling multiple transactions. And then he goes, and he looked it up, and now he's seeing a whole different thing, which I already knew the value of my property. He said, well, basically what we do is we lend against, a certain percentage of it. I said, oh, okay. And that I get. I said, but I'm giving you all this other stuff that supports it. He says, yeah. He says, I can do, I said, but that's not going to cut it for me. I actually need X amount of dollars. He said, you know what? I'll do it. Even though I don't know you. If you have been a return customer, there's been no question. But, I mean, I'll do it. Because, yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. It's what I needed in the moment. Just like the girl said. I told you at that other place. In the moment. These people trying to figure out, I mean, they gave me I want to check my mail and stuff, because technically I'm homeless. I don't really have a mailing address. And the man said, you have to fill out this form. And then he gave me a form, but he gave me a form for somebody else. Because I told him, I said, I had this class. I have to get in this class. It starts now. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll just fill it out and bring it back when you come back. And then I was like, got to the class. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this ain't even me. I take that shit back to that man. I put my stuff down, had signed in and stuff, and I went back and I get that shit back to that man. And he said, oh, maybe somebody grabbed the wrong thing. Maybe you grabbed the wrong thing. It was what it was. And so he pulled one up, and for me, I mean, because that one had something to do with June. Mine, okay, July. Okay, I can get down with July. I understand that. July 1st. It's due by the 5th. And he said, well, then you just come in and put I ain't doing all that shit. I have to come back here next week anyway, because when I actually asked to see my supervisor, and the girl was talking about, oh, you can turn that thing in. Oh, fuck you. I'm not turning anything in now. I'm getting ready to leave here. Because first off, you ain't my caseworker. You were rude to me from the moment that you called me to this window, and even before I got to the window, because I knew the number of the window, I knew already that you were getting ready to tell me some fucked up shit. You were crude, you were rude, and you were downright nasty. And I understand why these people go off on people in this place, because all I was doing was asking. I said, I just finished this course. I'm running out of money. I can't keep going back and forth like that, coming up here, taking the bus, or even for gas, to come up here to see you people. I'm asking you, can you consolidate some of this shit so that I cannot have to waste resources? She didn't want to hear that. She got a job. Now, let me tell you something. Right here and right now. If you think that if I see some shit like that, and then you sit there and say that you need to have mercy put upon you when the shoe's on the other foot, and trust me, it's coming, I'm not going to give a damn. Remember when you... See, that's always what's talked about when it comes down to scripture. It ain't got shit to do with about the fact that you can't deal with the teachings of Christ. You're talking about karma now. You're talking about it's turnabout as fair play. You're talking about the fact that when you actually screw somebody over, even though you benefit in the process, then you are entitled to the same. Now, your only saving grace in that moment is to sit there and say, I did it. Now I understand what it was like, and I probably should not have done that. And in the future, if I ever get another chance to do it again, I will not do it. Now, what you don't see is the fact that because I say that, it's going to happen. Not my problem. Now I'm lucky, not my show. See, the one thing about the devil, and I told you, if you work for him, he ain't gonna never, ever tell you about this other flip side. And you shouldn't say, well, why you know about it? Well, I'm dealing with my father. And my father is already pissed. Now, what did he tell me? And that thing didn't come up. There's probably something on the news. There's all kinds of shit in the news. Like that girl who came back from her grandmother's funeral and met somebody in the park that killed her, whatever. Some black man, from some African, he had an African name. I want to know he killed her. They said that they had, suspected rape before, but they couldn't prove anything. So now they don't have to worry about proving the fact that he raped anybody. Now they have to worry about proving the fact that he killed somebody. Some white girl. Maybe they'll throw him into the jail. I don't know. I don't care. One thing I know as a black man in this country, much less a gay black man in this country, is I am really sick and tired of people telling me that I'm supposed to support my people when my people are stupid. And when I say my people, I ain't just talking about black people. I'm not about anybody who calls himself Christian. Now, see, the whole reason why it's really convenient for you to sit there and say, you are not him, is because then you have to start self-examining, just like I do. So it doesn't matter the fact that I told you about storms and things of that nature and the fact that it's hot as hell. And it's getting ready to get hotter. And you say, well, it's global warming. Donald Trump don't acknowledge global warming. There's a lot of Republicans who don't acknowledge global warming. There's a lot of people, Joe Blow, who don't acknowledge global warming. That's not a problem, is it? So what? You want me to sit there and tell you some shit that's coming, and then when it happens, then you gonna sit there and say you're gonna start believing? First off, like I said, I'm not a trick and pony showing needs to my father, but at the same time, my father wants you to know this. He's counting down for your demise. Este poco no la stingate ya. Where am I at now? I'm gonna make me something to eat because I'm hungry. The lady, when I finally got this money together, I sent her, and she said, okay. And then I'm at the store because I got tired of waiting for her, so I went to the store. to get some stuff to fix what I want to eat because I'm hungry. I'm out of food stamps money. I mean, I have some other stuff here, but I wanted something to eat, and I did get a little bit of extra money other than the rent. So, and there was some stuff there that was discounted, and I got it, and I'm gonna eat it. What do you see here? King of Cups. I'm gonna tell you what that card means to me. Ordinarily, it wouldn't mean anything. It just means somebody who is loving and feeling and cares. Now, when my father was waking me up, I was sitting there in attendance with somebody who was getting a reading from a woman. And it was a white man. He was getting a reading from this woman. And the woman was sitting there reading his cards and reading his future and telling him who he was. And she said to him, "You're no King of Cups." Meaning that he didn't have that much love for his fellow man. Now, that was what I dreamed. And you sit there and say, well, why would you read into it anything other than that? My father wanted me to see something. See, I have never had a problem with anybody from any racial background whatsoever. Even the man who did not want to service me as far as me pawning that PC, I had a problem with him. He was Russian. I read the reviews, and most people liked them, and said they were fair. And then there were other people that sit there and said, I mean, now I already know they were suspect about how they actually pinned their tail. But what it was that they started calling them out as Russians and Armenians and all that kind of shit. Who you are is who you are. And if you're a good person, you're a good person. And the young man who actually helped me out the second time, he was a white man. He was American and stuff. He's there by himself and just running the shop and stuff. And he told me straight up, he said, look, but he did give me more value than the other guy. The other guy didn't even want to haggle. He said, no, and it's just not worth it. He said, I'll take a chance. That's all he did. He said, I'll take a chance. And the thing is, he was talking to me, and it was funny because I was like, oh, you talking to me? I thought you were still talking to your wife, because he was on the phone with his wife too. Because, I mean, he's at work. And his wife, I mean, because that shit is dangerous, what they do. Because they deliver cash. Good man. I hope nothing ever happens to him. I don't think anything will. That's funny. My father just says something to me. You don't need to know what it is. Okay. All right. Something he said. Because I told you I'm tired. That class is over with. And the thing is, I mean, I pawned my computer, and it was really funny. But before I pawned my computer, when I went to that class, because the lady who teaches it, she was teaching this course, but she's not going to be coming back there to that particular facility. She's contracted with the county, but she's working another program, which is literally like less than a 5-minute walk from here for me. And she said to me, if you need to use computers and stuff, you come up there. Because I told her straight up, I said, I have to like pawn my computer. She said, why you got to do that? I said, because I'm trying to keep a roof over my head. And she said, you come up there and use that computer. All you just ask for me. Because she's done at that assignment there. She got her fingers crossed. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not a bad person. I don't give a fuck what you say. I mean, people mad at me because of shit that I say. But the thing is, you have to understand something. If I say some shit, you have to understand, I have not said anything to you that I have not said to myself. Now, why am I better at handling what I'm going through than you? And the thing is, if you see me going through some shit and you sit there and say it's deserved, what happens when you go through it? Is it not deserved? You have to really start to rethink your thought processes as to who you think is deserving of what they go through. Especially when you start going through some shit. See, you will make an excuse and you will actually offer up forgiveness for yourself before you do it for somebody else. And we do see that. The Spirit of the Lord, that which is God. I'm not talking about His Christ. I'm talking about that which is God. Does see it all. Now, for my benefit, for His love, for His grace, I was exposed to so much of how He operates. But at the same time, I said, that's not me, and I really don't want to know all that. He didn't do that just to show it to me. He did that because He knew. He said, that's why you're my son, who I am well pleased. Because the thing is, you have the desire to be me. You just want to be pleasing unto me, and you want to love your fellow man and woman. But the thing is, they don't always want to love you. And you get that. So you say, okay, then I'll leave them alone. I'm in this room. I ain't trying to talk to nobody else. Right now, I am tired. I'm gonna try and fix me something to eat because not only I can, because I need to. And I need to rest. I really need to rest. I think I have enough money for gas now because I'm gonna need it. I have to go back up there on Tuesday for this meeting. I did talk to the people because I actually have multiple things that take place on Tuesdays. And they wanted me to come in there. I said, dude, I go on Tuesdays to get services for other things too, to make sure that I don't go hungry. I mean, they give you like toiletries and shit like that. He said, do what you gotta do. They're gonna be here all day. And then you come back up here after you get everything else done that you need to do. Now, let me point something out to you. Let me point it out to you really good. I don't deserve this shit. Do you hear me? I do not deserve this shit. You're going to say, well, you're in denial. Oh, no. I told you, I know my story. My father told me straight up what was going to happen before it happened. I prayed for you. I said we were in trouble. I said we needed help. I said all that shit. As you were cutting cords and doing all the shit that you're doing. Marianne Williams, Course in Miracles, that bitch ain't talking about nothing. She's crazy. And yeah, I called her a bitch. She's part of that whole collective consciousness of Hay House. She didn't even write the book, A Course in Miracles. She just gave you her take on it. And then she's on that stage, and you know they laughing at her. And you think you're going to come in and do something in terms of love. Donald Trump, I'm going to meet you with love. Bitch, he got love too. He got love for your demise. They laughing at you. Can't speak to them, Lord. He wants you to understand this. Maybe you understand it in the terms of the cards that you read. This is a card. Two Pentacles. It's in the physical. It's what he's been working on as it pertains to you. Now, you see a slingshot going on here. Somebody's on top and somebody's on the bottom. And at the same time, for all that you think that you know, when you say you have all this knowledge, because what? You can talk to a spirit. You think that that spirit cannot weigh you down. that spirit cannot now make you a fucking laughing stock. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm that brilliant, but I'm not stupid. I know what spirit can do, and I know what it is to be a drug addict, because I did experiment with drugs because I wanted to know why my brother was a drug addict. What was the draw? And it's no different than what you do when you get high on spirit. It's the same high. If you are high on coke, crack, you name it, the first thing you do is sit there and, oh, I can do all this stuff. I mean, your mind goes all kind of places, and you sit there and you say, I can do all this shit, until you start to crash. And then you sit there saying, oh, I need another fix. That's why your ass ain't getting out of working with spirit anytime soon, because they are your drug of choice. Colette Baron Reed told you she's a straight up alcoholic and a drug addict recovering, but at the same time, all she did was trade two different drugs for another. She always looking for another fix. That's why you always come up with all new shit. I know what you're doing. I ain't doing shit, but reporting on what you're talking about. My fix is when I drink. I want to tell my father I don't understand. I just want to learn. I really want to understand why this shit is so fucked up. What's wrong with us? There ain't nothing wrong with you. There ain't nothing wrong with a lot of people. There's something wrong with a lot of other people, but they ain't worried about it. So why are you worried about it? You forgot that you were supposed to let the people alone. And you're right. So basically, I'm leaving you alone as you sit there and try to figure out what you're going to do next. Of course, your stupidity is just that. Don't ask me what I think about you. Don't ask me to read these cards for you. I told you. Last time I read those cards, I read it for those two boys. Those two boys lost their minds. And the other guy, all of a sudden, he didn't know what to fucking do. And he didn't come back here. And his friend, he was out there yelling on the phone about who he was. See, the thing is, did I do that? No. But they were in the presence. Because see, I only speak for my father. And see, the devil and my father are incompatible. Meaning that my father casts the devil out. So if I do a devilish speak in my father's name, then that's going to fuck up a mentality. Same thing happened with that girl. I didn't read her. But the thing is, I was trying to be there for her until all of a sudden I did some shit. And then when I did that shit, then she lost her mind. And she's still crazy. She out there. I saw her out there. I mean, she in this place. She don't speak to me. I don't speak to her. What does any of this mean? It don't mean shit, people. Seriously. Until it does. I am so tired of trying to relay information. Okay. That's the card of the soul being recovered. Making that journey. And that's the card of awareness and inaction. Sometimes you have to get out of your own way. It's not my job to sit there or sit here and educate you on what you failed to learn or are not even willing to learn. Right now, you are so consumed with learning about death and how eternal your soul is that you don't realize that for a lot of the questions that you're asking, once you go down a certain pathway, there is no return. It's just like the ghost hunters. They're out there, they're pursuing something. Jason Hawes saw something. He didn't tell you what he saw, but he saw something that made him go down that pathway, and he's been in pursuit of it ever since. But the thing is, you can't always come back from that shit. Grant can't do the same thing either. And he's back in that shit. He had left, but now he's back in it. And you say, you don't know that? Yes, I do, because I follow them. I used to watch their show. The thing is, if you start pursuing shit that you don't have no business pursuing, that shit will entangle itself in you. And at the same time, when you think you can get away with it with a simple exorcism, first off, do you know what it takes to do an exorcism? And do you know why the Catholic Church doesn't do that shit anymore? Because they said it. The demon always knows who is trying to cast him out. And the demon already done got you. They sitting there sticking their dicks in kids. So therefore, they have no relationship with Christ to speak of. They ain't stupid. And they ain't trying to take that shit any deeper than it already is. But I'll tell you what. You keep figuring out what it is that you want to do. And where you want to go. And you leave me out of it. And you will sit there and say, well, you can cast some demons out, right? No. I told you why I couldn't. They have to go somewhere. My father cleaned out heaven. He ain't taking that shit on. Now, where's the demons that are in me, or that were in me? Where did they go? They're in the world with you. Just like you do all your demons out there. So what you want? You want a cracker? You want a cookie? What the hell do you want? I told you, see, right now, you got a lot of shit to think about, because the thing is, the paranormal and the supernatural and all that kind of shit, I mean, y'all got so much shit out there, and you don't even know how much is real and how much is not, and how much, just taking dramatic license with. Whatever you want to do it. But what I'm going to tell you is this. If you think I'm just going to come along, and all of a sudden, with the likes of people that you believe are so gifted, like Oprah and Iyanla and Marianne Williamson, and Farhan, and all these people, I mean, seriously, all these motherfuckers are supposed to be so gifted. You tell them to throw that shit out, that's vexing you, and you tell them to find some place to put it, but at the same time, Jesus, and remember this and remember it well. And I told you the story about when Doreen told that story about how the pigs came back to her when she was there, talking about they'd be safe, and she flipped shortly thereafter. Jesus threw the demons into the pigs. So now, where you want me to put your demons? Do you want me to put them in your food source? Do you want me to put them in your pets? You want me to put them in your kids? Heaven ain't taking that shit no more. See, this is what you don't understand. I'm my Father's son. I cannot lie. I cannot cast anything anywhere lest I cast it in you. Now, which one of you are willing to take that bullet? I suggest you think about that long and hard before you answer it. Because the thing is, for what you will actually say, take this shit off of me, Lord, means it really is deserving of you. And it will not leave without a fight. And I'm not waging that battle for you. So you have a nice day. Capiche?